Over the years, Lamborghini has produced a plethora of wild supercars, from the Miura to the Diablo and now the Aventador. These flagships that have represented the pinnacle of the Italian brand's performance and design prowess always had two things in common: a V12 engine and a rear mid-engine layout. Unsurprisingly, most of the cars on this list also follow this formula, but as a sign of the times, this list surprisingly consists of the brand's only second SUV in its history. Lamborghini has made some of the most capable Grand Tourers and supercars since 1964. Over the last 30 years, the company's V12 models have stepped firmly into the 200 mph club. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 fastest Lamborghinis ever produced. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome auto guides, and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So now let's cut to the chase. At 10, Lamborghini Diablo GT, 210 mph. It wouldn't be a proper list without the Lamborghini Diablo, which is the Italian carmaker's first model to break the 200 mph barrier. This was true for all road-legal versions of the Diablo, made between 1990 and 2001. But the fastest version you could drive on public roads was the Diablo GT, a road-legal version of the track-only Diablo GTR. This was a time when Lamborghini's flagship models were still mad, raging bulls trying to kill you whenever you let your guard down. Power from the 6-litre V12 was rated at 567 horsepower and 465 pound-feet. Power went to the rear through a 5-speed manual with extremely long gear ratios. Nevertheless, the Diablo GT was able to hit 60 mph in 3.5 seconds. Since downforce wasn't as heavily emphasized at the time, the Diablo GT could stretch its legs all the way to 210 mph, just 2 mph shy of the GTR race version. At 9, Lamborghini Reventon, 211 mph. When Lamborghini is getting ready to retire one of its flagship V12 models, it brings out a redesigned, highly exclusive model based on the flagship. This has been a recurring theme for some years now, and in order to make the transition from Murcielago to Aventador, Lamborghini gave us the Reventon. Based on the Lamborghini Murcielago LP 640/4, the Reventon's design featured man design cues that would later make it onto the Aventador. Underneath the exquisite bodywork, the Santa Agata 6.5-litre V12 churned out 641 horsepower and 487 pound-feet. Even when mated to the 6-speed, robotized manual transmission, the Reventon took off to 60 mph in just 3.4 seconds onto a top speed of a 211 mph. Interestingly enough, the Reventon Roadster was more powerful at 661 horsepower, but was actually slower, topping out at 205 mph. At 8, Lamborghini Murcielago LP 670 Super Veloce, 213 mph. In 2001, Lamborghini introduced a successor to the iconic Diablo. Dubbed the Murcielago, Spanish for Bat, it was the brand's first flagship V12 model completely developed under Audi ownership. In 2005, the model got a facelift, resulting in more power from the 6.5-litre V12, 632 horsepower, versus earlier models' 571. Although most customers went for the E-Gear, a 6-speed automated manual, the Murcielago LP 640 could still be had with a gated 6-speed manual. This was the last iteration of the legendary Santa Agata V12 unit, which dates back to 1964. The Bat's most powerful version did not arrive until 2009. As the LP 670 Super Veloce designation suggested, it packed 670 metric horsepower from the same 6.5-litre V12. Despite the more aggressive aerodynamics, generating more downforce than lesser Murcielago versions, the LP 670 was capable of 213 mph, while 0 to 60 mph blasted by in 3.0 seconds. And now at 7, Lamborghini Revuelto, 217 mph. The number 217 is a recurring one when it comes to the top speed of V12 Lamborghini models. The latest to join the club is the Lamborghini Revuelto. Being the latest flagship model of the brand, it naturally comes with a V12 engine. It is a tweaked version of the familiar 6.5-litre naturally aspirated V12 we know from the Aventador. The engine alone produces 814 horsepower, which is identical to the Sian FKP 37's total system output. The Revuelto brings many firsts, one of which is a plug-in hybrid powertrain, adding 3 electric motors. 2 of them are at the front and send power to each of the front wheels, while the third is integrated into the first 8-speed dual-clutch automatic to bless a V12 Lambo. This brings the total output to 1001 horsepower. This translates to a 0 to 60 mph sprint in 2.4 seconds onto a top speed of 217 mph. And now at 6, Lamborghini Aventador LP 700/4, 217 mph. Of course, this list of fastest Lamborghinis that's dominated by Aventador-based supercars won't make any sense if it didn't include the car that made those one-offs possible in the first place. The Aventador is now in its 10th year in production, and it will be the last of its kind at Lamborghini as we head into an electrified future. Its 6.5-litre V12 was the first all-new V12 since the 1964 Lamborghini 350 GT. Its engine produces 690 horsepower and 690 Nm of torque, and as you've seen on this list, formed the basis of numerous one-off modern Lamborghini supercars. In 2012, it was the first Lamborghini to have a 0 to 100 km/h time of under 3 seconds, as it was capable of reaching the century mark in just 2.9 seconds. And now, at number 5, Lamborghini Aventador SVJ Roadster, 217 mph. We now finally come to the Lamborghini Aventador, on which all of these aforementioned supercars were based as before. Specifically, this is the Aventador SVJ, which became one of the first Lamborghinis to come with the aerodynamica Lamborghini Attiva, or ALA, the company's comprehensive active aerodynamics feature. ALA is comprised of various flaps in the front spoiler, engine hood and rear wing, along with vortex generators on the car's underside, and this enables the supercar to have a 40% higher downforce compared to the Aventador SV. All this while having the ability to alter its drag coefficient. Combined with its 6.5-litre V12 that produces 759 horsepower and 720 nanometers of torque to all 4 wheels, the Aventador SVJ can sprint from 0 to 100 km/h in 2.8 seconds, and its top speed is 217 mph. At 4, Lamborghini Centenario, 217 mph. The third fastest Lamborghini on this list is yet another one-off based on the Aventador. Called the Centenario, it was a supercar that was meant to commemorate the 100th birthday of the company's founder, Ferruccio Lamborghini. This supercar debuted a number of firsts for Lamborghini, namely its 10.1-inch portrait infotainment system and its rear-wheel steering. Some of the most prominent exterior features of these supercars include its carbon fiber panels, which can either be painted or exposed. It's yellow painted, this can be customized by the customer, aerodynamic elements, and its rear diffuser that's one of the largest ever fitted to any road car. Its 6.5-litre V12 engine is likewise from the Aventador, and in this case it produces 756 horsepower and 690 Nm of torque. 0 to 100 km/h happens in just 2.8 seconds, while its top speed is 350 km/h. Moving into the top 3, and at 3, Lamborghini Sian FKP 37, 217 mph. The Lamborghini Sian FKP 37 is yet another Aventador-based supercar that was also limited in production. It's the first hybrid supercar from the Italian supercar brand, and the FKP 37, part of the model's name, honours the late Ferdinand Carl Piëch and his 1937 birth year. Only 63 will be made from 2020, 19 of which is the Roadster version, and it's every bit as outlandishly styled as every Lamborghini it came before it. As the marque's first ever hybrid supercar, the Sian FKP 37 uses the same engine as the Aventador. The 6.5-litre V12 on its own produces 774 horsepower and 720 Nm of torque, while the electric motor produces 34 horsepower and 38 Nm of torque. Its total system output is 804 horsepower, and 0 to 100 km/h happens in less than 2.8 seconds. It has a top speed of 350 km/h, which is slightly lower, mainly due to its electrified powertrain adding just a bit of weight over the Veneno. And now at number 2, Lamborghini Countach LPI 800/4, 221 mph. The Lamborghini Countach perfectly embodies the design language of the 1970s, excess of the 1980s, and the madness of Lamborghini as an exotic car maker. The original Countach is one of the most definitive Lamborghini models, and throughout its 16-year production run received many updates. The company missed greatly by not turning the 2006 Miura concept into a production model, but in 2022 it redeemed itself by giving us a modern-day homage to the Lamborghini Countach. The new model was essentially a rebodied Aventador and what many called a lazy exercise in retro-futurism. This did not stop Lamborghini from immediately selling all 112 examples it had made. The Aventador's 6.5-litre V12 was tweaked to produce 814 horsepower, 34 of which came from an electric motor. This allowed the Countach LPI 800/4 to sprint to 60 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds onto a top speed of 221 miles per hour. And finally, at number 1, drumroll please, Lamborghini Veneno 221 miles per hour. The Veneno is one of the best Lamborghinis ever produced, and that's saying something. Fitted with the same naturally aspirated 6.5-litre V12 found in the Aventador, it sent a whopping 750 horsepower and 690 Nm of torque through its four wheels via a unique type of 7-speed single-clutch automated manual transmission that Lamborghini calls an independent shifting rod, ISR. It offers dual clutch-like shifts that are as fast as 50 milliseconds, and this is fitted to every V12-powered Lamborghini ever since the Aventador came out. Its outrageously styled carbon fibre body meant it was 275 pounds lighter than the Aventador, and this gave it a shorter 0 to 100 km an hour time of 2.8 seconds versus the Aventador's 2.9. Its 221 miles per hour top speed also makes it the fastest Lamborghini to date, even if newer, more outrageous models came after it. Only 13 were made from 2013 to 2014, 4 of which are the Coupe and 9 are the Roadster, and it was meant to celebrate the company's 50th anniversary. And there you have the top 10 fastest Lamborghinis ever produced. Did you like what you saw? I know that I did. Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic auto guides. See you next time.